This morning at approximately 10 minutes to 6, the Indian River County Sheriff's Office received a call of a frantic mother and an unresponsive infant here at the Samaritan Center. Our deputies responded. They attempted CPR. The infant was transported, 6-month-old infant was transported to Cleveland Clinic, Indian River, and unfortunately was pronounced deceased this morning. Based on our preliminary investigation at this time, it appears as though this is an incident of co-sleeping. Certainly a tragedy and something that we want to remind everybody that co-sleeping is very dangerous and certainly can result in death, as it did in this scenario. We just please, if you have an infant, if you have another young person in the bed with you, if you have an option of a crib, if you have the ability to not put them in the bed with you, be safe about this, because everything that we see at this point leads us to believe that this is a co-sleeping infant death. Just a terrible tragedy out here today.
Does it appear that the baby suffocated then?
It's very preliminary in our investigation. We are in the process of conducting an autopsy at the medical examiner's office. We have detectives on scene down there right now. Of course, we have to wait for the official pronouncement from the announcement from the medical examiner's office. But it does appear as though, because the mother was in the bed with the baby did suffocate. So it's early, but that's what it appears like.
Do you know what?
It's a 6-month-old boy.
Do you know the protocol when it comes to the homeless families that are taken in? Are there not enough cribs here for the kids, or were there no cribs in the room?
There was a crib in the room, but the baby was not sleeping in the crib.
And how long was the family staying here at this facility?
I don't know that. It's still early in the investigation, so I'm not sure how long they had been here. Those would be questions that the facility would have to answer for you.
Do you know if it was a mother and father or just a mother?
I know that there was a mother in the bed. I don't know if there's any other relatives here or any other information about it.
Is this shelter licensed by the county or state to be able to house, these families?
Yes.
Provide a crib and everything?
Yes. This is one of our shelters that does house folks for us regularly.
And is this the first time they've had a mother with an infant stay here, or is this something?
No, they have families that stay here. It is a family center, and so that's not unusual for them to have young folks staying here with them.
And just to clarify, there was a crib provided?
Yes, there was a crib in the room at the scene. There was a crib in the room.
Any other children in the family, do you know?
I don't have those details at this time.
And you said you're not sure if there were other family members in the room at the time?
No, we don't have those details at this time. No.
So just the mother and the infant.
We know that they were in the room, but I'm not sure if they had anybody else staying here at this time.
What time did the call come in?
Just before 6 a.m. this morning, we received the call.
I noticed the center has 24-hour staff. Do you know if they're checking regularly on rooms, or what's the protocol?
I don't have that. Their protocol would be a question directly for the staff. They'd have to answer that for you.
You said this was a co-sleeping situation,
Mm-hmm.
and you're warning to parents not to do this type of thing.
Yes.
Any foul play suspected at this time or anything like that?
No, unfortunately, we see this way too often. It wasn't that long ago that we had another one of these cases here in Indian River County, in the south end of the county. Unfortunately, young infants, people get tired. They end up putting the baby in the bed with them. Just a terrible, tragic situation. And we hope that this will continue to serve a warning for people that this is very dangerous and not something that we would recommend in any circumstance.
And is there the possibility of any charges in an accidental death like this?
It would depend. Our detectives will obviously meet with the state attorney's office. Intent always plays into this. Certainly this mother has lost a baby this morning. That's a terrible tragedy in and of itself. So, everything we have will be presented to the state attorney's office, but it doesn't happen a lot in cases like this.
Yeah, so it would depend on if there was obvious
Intent,
negligence
sure,
or something.
Absolutely. There'd have to be more to it, but we'll look into that, and we'll be working with DCF as well.
Has the Sheriff's Office concluded their investigation here at the center? Will it reopen for other families, or what is the status?
We've processed everything that we need here at the center, and our detectives have left the scene. We do have folks at the medical examiner's office now. We have spoken to the mother. We have concluded our interview. Based on the outcome of the autopsy, it will take us time, and it'll take us a little bit to close the case, but we should know shortly.
But the facility is open to other families?
They are still open. They are still operational, and everything that we've seen based on our investigation, no negligence on the part of the facility. They provided a crib. They've been very forthcoming, very helpful to our investigation.
Anything else?
No, that's all I have. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Is DCF involved?
And with any case like this, yes, DCF has been notified.
You mentioned there was another similar situation in Indian River County recently. Do you know the exact date of that?
I don't, but I can get it for you. It was not that long ago down in the Timber Ridge subdivision, I believe. I'll have to get that for you.
This year, right?
It was, yeah, it was earlier. It wasn't
Okay.
that long ago.
I think I remember.
Yeah.
6 months ago.
Yep.
And of course, there's the possibility the child could have had some congenital defect or
Absolutely.
SIDS
Yeah.
or something
Yeah,
like that.
Absolutely. They're, you know, but at this time, we do know that the baby was in the bed, and we know that co-sleeping is very dangerous. And so certainly through our investigation, what we've spoken to with the mother, based on what we have, it appears as though it is a co-sleeping issue.
And did she give you any preliminary ideas, such as was the baby face down, under the covers?
I can't get into those details at this time. It's still an active investigation.
And an autopsy is being performed today.
Correct. Right now.
And when will you be able to release the names?
Probably not today. It would probably be Monday at the earliest.